Welcome friends. So today we are going to discuss a very interesting mathematics problem that involves a nested exponents. That is x to the power x to the power 3 is equal to 3. And this equation we have to solve for x. So in first method, in fact, in order to solve this question, we will be discussing two methods. So in first methods, that is algebraic method. In this method, we will be using a rule of indices. So first, we have given like x to the power x to the power 3 is equal to 3. So on cubing both sides, we will have equation like this: x to the power x to the power 3, and using the rules of indices, we have to club this term, that is x to the power 3, and on cubing this equation on both sides, the equation becomes like this. Now we have to using the property of indices. That means we have to write this equation like this. Means the property is, if we have given like a to the power m to the power n, so it can be written like a to the power n dot m. So after using this property, here a is like x and m is like x to the power 3, and n is act as 3. So after using this property, the equation becomes x to the power 3 times x to the power 3 is equal to 3 to the power 3. Again, these terms means this will be collectively written as x to the power 3 whole to the power x power 3 is equal to 3 power 3. Now, if we consider x to the power 3 as t, so it is written like t to the power t is equal to 3 to the power 3, and this is possible if and only if t is equal to 3, which implies that x to the power 3 is equal to 3. So now in order to find the value of x, we have to cube root on both sides. So after taking cube roots on both sides, left hand side becomes x to the power 3 whole to the power 1 by 3, and right hand side becomes 3 to the power 1 by 3. So now using the properties of indices, left hand side becomes x to the power 3 upon 3, that is x to the power 1, and right hand side it is written like 3 to the power 1 upon 3. So after solving this equation, we get the value of x, that is x is equal to 3 to the power 1 by 3, and this is the required answer. So this is the algebraic solution of this one particular equation. So now in method 2, we will be discussing like how we can solve this equation using logarithms. So the equation is like x to the power x to the power 3 is equal to 3. Here we will be using a substitution like taking x to the power 3 is equal to t, and here x becomes t to the power 1 by 3. So this equation will be like x to the power t is equal to 3. Now operating natural log on both sides in this given equation. So the equation becomes natural log of x to the power t is equal to natural log of 3. And on left hand side, if we use the property of natural log, that is natural log of m to the power n, so it becomes natural log of n times natural log of m, where each logarithmic terms is defined. So the given equation will become like t dot natural log of x is equal to natural log of 3. Now the equation will be like t times natural log of x, and here we can put x is equal to t to the power 1 by 3. So it becomes natural log of t to the power 1 by 3 is equal to natural log of 3. Again, in this term, if we use the property of logarithm that is written here, it will becomes like t times 1 upon 3 times natural log of t is equal to natural log of 3. On multiplying 3 on both sides, equation will be like t times natural log of t is equal to 3 times natural log of 3. So This is possible if and only if t is equal to 3. So when t is equal to 3, and we have earlier assumed that t is equal to x cube. So the resultant equation will be like x cube is equal to 3, and applying its cube root on both sides, the equation will be like x is equal to 3 to the power 1 by 3. So this is the required answer. So this is the second method, means how we can use logarithms to solve this equation.